Blast off.
Did you need me to post it anywhere?
Post it on your ass. Maybe.
No, did you? No, really. Did you need me to?
No. What's up, everybody? Woo! It's Thursday.
What's up, Martin? What's up, W. Krusselberg?
W. Krusselberg.
Yeah.
It sounds like, sounds legit.
It does. Hey, Shram. Hey, Brandon.
Sounds wealthy. Maybe
Krusselberg.
Maybe he's an investor.
It's funny how we can just like make total random ass judgments just by somebody's username. So
we did get a Supremo or something. I didn't check, but I saw that it went up 1. So
woo!
I just looked at it to post this, but I didn't check who it was. So I don't know. Was it you, Krusselberg?
William. What's up, William?
William. Oh, William. I sent your package, by the way.
Perfect. Excelente. Brandon says, how have I not noticed the Louise ears behind you before? It's been there for a while, actually.
Yeah, it has. Bob's Burgers Fanatics. Can everyone hear okay?
Yeah, we
Is
do
this
love
thing
some
on?
Bob's Burgers. Hey, Natasha.
What's up, Natasha?
How's everything going with baby?
Baby. Oh,
Whoa.
Shit, that was loud. All right, I am logging in on... We just ate some tacos.
We did just eat some taco. I had a taco salad. It was delish.
Yeah, you did.
Let me repeat exactly in the way that Brandon just typed this. Oh my God, you're all terrible. Bob.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I finished the sentence.
Yeah,
He just said, oh my God, ... What's up, Sable?
What's up, Sable? Brandon, everybody, Natasha. This is a story that you guys requested.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh no, is this the poop cruise from hell?
No, it's not.
Why haven't you done it?
I don't know, man. I don't want to ruin cruises for me. Like the names.
I mean, we've never gone on one,
I
and
know.
then
You won't.
You never will. You know the story. So what if I ever just said like, I really want to go on a cruise, and then like that's the way to get it all out, you know?
That is named by the media. That is the name they've given this. It was a Carnival cruise. The poop cruise from hell. That's the name they gave it. So what do you think is going to happen?
Poo everywhere.
So what is up? This is requested by... Who is this requested by? Who is this shit requested by?
So is this not the poop cruise? I'm so confused.
It does have poop in it. But it is not the poop cruise.
I mean, how many episodes can we possibly have
This is
with poo in it?
not enough,
That
apparently.
are filled with poo.
Let me, I'm trying to check who submitted this first. I know someone came in there after and was like, oh, I also want to hear this. Okay, it looks like Shram submitted this. And then Courtney said, that sounds insane. I second that case request.
Oh, boy.
So we covered some kind of fucked up episodes before.
You think?
And where does like the most screwed up episodes always happen? Like what country?
Canada?
No, like screwed up type of
Florida?
country other than Florida.
Oh,
All right.
Country. Wait. So not, you mean outside of the U.S.?
Yes.
Russia.
Ugh. Speaking of which, all right, tonight.
Is that where we're going?
No, we're not going to Russia.
You are confusing.
I feel like I'm
crap
rushing
out of
this
me.
case. I feel like I'm rushing.
I'm not trying to rush you.
Let's see who's on. I want to say hey to people.
Okay.
I haven't talked to you.
Oh, Brandon said Japan. Good guess.
Yeah, Japan.
That's a good guess. Duh.
If it's poop, it was me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, good guess. We haven't done a Japanese case in a while.
Yeah, this one's actually, I don't know how to describe this one.
Oh dear.
Stinky.
Oh God.
I will say, I think I already have a name for the episode, but if you think you can top me.
Well, do you want to, will you telling me your episode name idea spoil it, or?
I don't want to say it because I feel like someone can be creative enough to come up with it or something better. So I don't want to set the bar too high, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm entrusting you guys to give me an episode title because I need it for tomorrow. This is going to be tomorrow. We need to make some money tomorrow, and I don't have anything else. I have that balloon episode, but I lost the recordings. So.
You lost the recording?
I'll just pull it from YouTube. But
yeah, because that was a really good one.
Yeah, I know. I'm just too lazy to do it. All right, who do we got? Brandon, Shram, Lauren, Sable, William. William, you're Kentucky, right? Kentucky. I don't know if there's any. Actually, when I was writing your card, I did look up killers from Kentucky, like notorious cases, and I didn't find too many, to be honest, which is a good thing. That means that you're not probably a psychopath.
Yeah, that's good.
But
that's good.
I think Herb Baumeister was not. He's from Indiana.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I can't remember. That was an early episode. That was like episode 4.
I don't know.
12, somewhere around there.
But anyway, yeah. So thanks for joining, William, and just submit your. If you want some hometown stories, I don't know if you're in the Discord yet. Hop over there into the Discord, and someone just joined the Discord too. I didn't, like I said, just logged on. I'm gonna just, if you're not friends with me on there, add me as a friend. I know people were doing that, and I didn't know you could do it. So, like, do that now. And if not, I'm going to go through and add everyone as a friend.
Oh.
Yeah, because you can private message me if you want.
Only if you're a friend?
I think so.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I
never
think
realized
so.
that. I never realized that. And I know, Brandon, I have not checked. So I know we need to set a date to discuss. Next Thursday is the big book sale. That's like my favorite day of the year. So I'm unavailable next Thursday.
Book nerd.
Yes, I am. And I'm so excited for this book sale. So we get like 40 books.
I'm reading currently Interview with the Vampire for fun. And then I also have, that just came in, the Richard Ramirez case files.
Oh.
Which we haven't done yet.
We have not. Are you preparing yourself for a potential episode?
All right. So, like, before I did Jeffrey Dahmer was like my white whale. Or, wait, what was it ccalled?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
White whale. Mm-hmm. So, I was so nervous to do Jeffrey Dahmer, which is why I did, 30 episodes on him. But
they were good. They were really good.
I know, but that was like the high of my career.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
We've peaked.
Yeah, we peaked. I peaked too early. So now I'm trying to build up, or I'm not trying to, but I'm building up Richard Ramirez as in my head
as the new thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because, and plus I don't think anyone can top Dahmer. I mean, I know he's like popular now. He's like the hot shit, but I mean,
it's hilarious we're talking about serial killers in this way, but yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah,
man.
He's hot stuff.
Anyway,
Spicy.
Tonight we're going to Japan.
Okay.
And
good guesses for everybody who did get that right.
And your sister was living there for a while.
Yes, she was.
All right, I'm going to get on the Google Earth. I'll put all these photos on talkmore.com, which I haven't done in like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with me? I'm leaving you guys on the hook, man.
Well.
So, oops. Let's pull up this computer screen. And here we go. All right. We are going to... And I'm going to tell you right now, dude, if you're new here or watching this, I'm really good with pronouncing things.
Excellent.
Okay.
The best.
So we're going to Mayakoji village.
All right.
And this is in Japan. We're actually going, this is supposed to be a mountainous region. So here we go. Oh my God. What are we drinking tonight? I'm drinking beer and a margarita.
Well, good for you. How's the margarita?
You ain't drinking shit.
I'm drinking water. Dehydrated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this little town's called Funny Yo. That's Funny Yo.
It's funny, yo.
This one right here. Funny Yo. All right, let me see. I don't know if this is it. Yeah, these are mountains. Man, I bet there's some crazy shit that goes on in these mountains up here. Crazy ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about where we're going tonight. This is a very small village. It is in Tamura County.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say what prefecture it is. Which, tell us what a prefecture is. You know that.
I do not know
Yeah,
that.
you do.
No?
It's like another way for a district. It's
okay.
Another word for a district.
I mean, I appreciate that you just assumed that I knew what you were talking about.
Well, we've done episodes before.
It's been a while.
All right, we're actually going to...
What's up, Daniel? What's up, Lauren? Daniel? Just making sure I shout out everybody, the new joiners.
What the fuck? This Google Earth took me... All right, so we're
in the city now.
We're in Fuka... Oh, look at that little... Well, what is it? Duck?
Oh, rubber ducky.
Dude, is that a boat?
You're the one.
I
don't know.
That would be such a cool boat, you know? Like a yacht. Like if I was Jeff Bezos.
That is yacht murder to me.
Dude, if I was Bezos, man, like I would make that the yacht, dude. That's making a statement, man. You know? Not just some boring billionaire yacht. Like, dude.
Like with a helipad.
A
and
duck
like a
yacht.
pool.
I know, a duck yacht. That's what you need, man. All right, we are going to the Fukushima prefecture, and it is Tamura City, and I'm trying to find it here. I've been doing this thing where I don't actually look it up. So I probably should start looking it up before I do this, right? Tamura City. All right, so this is it. Man, it's taking us all over the damn world. Oh, we're back to where we started from.
Okay.
So this is where we're going to, Tamura City.
Okay.
It says Fukushima, which is what? Fukushima, you know. What did you just call me? Go Fukushima yourself. Fukushima! The nuclear power plant.
I was like, God. Thank you. Yes. I should have got that. You're
that
right.
melted down in like 2011.
Natasha got it. Thank you.
Jeez. So here's where we're going right here. But specifically where we're going, and there's photos which I can show you of the location, but
okay.
This is 1989. And
okay.
The way, and a lot of the story is translated. And yes, there is a lot to the story, Shram. Okay.
I thought it just had something to do with poo.
I went down a rabbit hole. Anyway, to explain this story better, this is 1989. So it was less city here. Mm-hmm. And we're actually going to a small village in the mountains. So I couldn't find the exact location, but it is in these mountains right here. And it is a school. So it is kind of remote.
Okay.
And this is where it's like a high school where teachers can live if they want. So there were teachers living at this school. And I'm thinking it's because it's so far out of reach
remote, yeah.
that they just stay there like during the week or whatever. But they have their own dorms. The teachers have their own dorms.
Okay.
And there's also shared bathrooms.
Oh, God.
Speaking of which, randomly, have you ever seen a Japanese toilet?
No, but my sister has talked to me about the Japanese toilets.
Oh, tell us about it.
So it is, even today, it is not common to not actually see a toilet in public facilities. It's basically like a hole in the ground type situation where there's like a bar maybe or something where you got to like kind of hold on to and squat down.
All right. Do you want me to show you a photo of a clean one or with one with shit in it?
Please, a clean one, please.
Because it's pulling up here. Let me show you. That's what pulled up.
Oh, God.
But can
you change that?
This is the toilet right here. So it's you squat.
Can you imagine if like you were really tired and you're like, what if you worked out? It was leg day and you did like 100 squats and you're squatting and you fall over.
Look at this. So this is a big problem in America because Japanese women, I'm guessing men don't have these, but Japanese.
No, they do.
Well,
they may have a urinal as well.
Oh, well, Japanese people that are accustomed to this, and I'm not making fun of you.
No, that's just what they're. Yeah.
But this is what you do over here, and you mess up the toilet and the whole freaking wall, and everyone.
Got it. They're trying to stand.
They try to stand on it because they don't know how to do it. But this is the Japanese toilet, basically. You know.
Dang. So there is no. This is the toilet is not or this style because I do have like other Western style toilets. I guess I don't know, and but this is not like you can't just kind of bring the newspaper. You can't bring your phone. Like this is strictly business.
All right, I got a question.
You can't do anything else. Yeah, takes all balance and effort, honestly.
All right, so let me go back to the picture. Like, where do you? All right, let's talk about the we. Let's talk about number one. We for a guy. Like, is there not splashback from this? Number one.
I mean, do they have urinals also, or just?
You told me that this was it. That's what
I know. At least like a lot of public restrooms, they have toilets like this. I mean, in a female restroom, you have like there is no urinal option, obviously. So I don't know if how
to use a jet. Oh, this is good to know right here.
But actually, I know when she was potty training her son Luke, they do teach like that was part of the process was like teach him how to use it peeing. So I don't know, maybe
it kind of looks like a little like a rowboat.
Oh, so they do.
Oh, look,
pee?
this guy fell in.
Caution!
Caution!
I mean, what if you've got like bad legs or muscle problems? You know. I mean, that's the hindrance anyway.
Well, I guess you just hold it, man. You know. Anyway, has anyone on live chat ever used one of these? And this is relevant to the story, so don't just think I'm just doing this to entertain myself. Anyone on live chat do this? PP or poo-poo in there?
You sound like
has anybody pee-poo and
4-year-old talking about bodily functions.
All right. So we're starting this story 6 p.m. Well, actually, no, let me take that back. Naquiz, we're starting the story at 1800. What is that?
You know I can't do that.
I literally just said it. That means you're not listening. All right, so you know it's...
Just stop. Just don't make fun. Just don't try. Don't make fun of me. Just move on, okay? Just move on.
It's really easy.
It's what's easy for you isn't easy for me.
All you got to do is minus 2 from it. 1800 minus 2, and then take the 1 off.
Okay.
So
6. Thank
6. AM or PM?
you. PM, asshole.
All right, everyone signed off.
You continue to make fun of me for this. I'm a very intelligent human being.
This is what people think I'm mean to you guys. I was listening to that. I was listening to that on the last episode. They were like, Courtney was like, "Stop being mean to Jen." But you see what she put me through. That was a 3-hour episode.
Oh, I know. Y'all fight like siblings, and we fight like married.
I have to
married
freaking
couple.
You know,
that's just how it is.
That episode turned out to be an hour and 20 minutes.
Just from cutting out all that stuff.
3-hour episode. What do you think I put up with?
Baby, I know.
That's why
I understand.
So y'all think I'm being mean?
I know. I as your wife, am telling you. Because I can also make fun of you for things. It's just the way it works.
Property of John Perry. Just kidding.
Anyway.
All right. Tonight we're going to 6 p.m., February 28th, and this is 1989. This is in the Naoyuki village in Tamura district. It says Fukushima, and the character in this story did work for the nuclear power plant, but at this time there was no power plant. Well, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Tonight we're going to 6 p.m. February 28th, 1989. Naoyuki village, Tamura district, and a 23-year-old teacher finds herself. As I just told you, these teachers live in this little commune. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of in the mountains. So they live there during the week or even permanently.
Okay.
They each have their own little dorm, but they do a shared bathroom.
And how many of those toilets are there?
I'm not sure how many there are, but I'm guessing.
Or like a ratio, 1 toilet to every 10 people. I don't know. This seems relevant to the story.
I honestly didn't think anyone would ask that. Because
I mean, you're the one that indicated that this is bathroom related. Does somebody die? What is happening?
All right, I'm going to read these because I forgot to send them to you, but
okay.
This teacher who is unnamed is a female. She goes to the bathroom. This is at 6 p.m. at night. Now, I want you to remember, this is February 28th. This is cold. Apparently winter in Japan gets extremely cold. Freezing. Add on the fact that you're also in the mountains. Mm-hmm. It's very cold.
Okay.
So this 23-year-old teacher who has had a long day teaching, she's going to do number 1 because girls don't do number 2. So she goes into the bathroom and it's dark outside. Mm-hmm. It's pitch black outside. And the toilet is not connected to the room inside. It's actually outside a little bit, almost like an outhouse.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the actual toilet. But how it works is you have this squat toilet.
Right.
Like I showed you.
Yes.
And then a tube goes down. So the squat toilet is in a little building, an outhouse, so to speak. The waste goes down this tube and then this pipe, which there is a perpendicular pipe attached to that goes kind of far out and on the other side of the building so it doesn't, smell. And then that's where they can drain it or, get the septic out from the other side behind the building. Okay. I'm going to show you that. But anyway, so she gets in this little building. She gets into this little building to go winkle and it's dark outside. She can't see. There's no lights there. And she looks down in this toilet. Mm-hmm. And what does she see?
A foot.
A foot?
I don't know.
Ah, that's a good guess. Well, actually,
this is talk murder to me, not talk potty to me. So
actually, on live chat, let me know. What does she see? A head in a toilet, a female head, a baby. All right, that's it. You said Mr. Hanky.
That was good. That was good, Lauren. Good job on that one.
All right. So she looks down in there, and I'm going to read this. This is her exact quote, translated from Japanese. When I go home to the teacher's house next to the elementary school where I live, I go into the bathroom and casually look inside and see something that looks like a shoe. So she sees a shoe down there. And she's like, okay, there shouldn't be a shoe down here. I'm going to show you the toilet in a second, the exact one.
Okay.
Number one, it'd be kind of hard to stuff a shoe down there. But number two, like, why would the shoe be down there anyway? And she may have saw more than a shoe, but from her response to the police, she said she just saw a shoe at first.
Uh-huh.
Surprised, I went around the outside sump and the lid was open. And when I looked inside, I could see human legs. So there was human legs inside. Legs. Yeah. Legs. You know, you got.
Yeah, I know what legs are. Thank you very much. I may not know military time, but.
She screams, ah! And then she runs. Everyone's waking up. The vice principal wakes up. What is going on? There's someone in the toilet. The teachers are all riled up. The cops are called. And then only one cop shows up because this is kind of far out.
Mm-hmm.
So one cop shows up. And it's important here. It's important about when these certain people show up. So we have one cop that shows up. And then the excavator shows up because they're going to have to break the toilet open. And then a firefighter shows up. All right. I'm going to show you the toilet. This is from a Japanese newspaper about this story in 1989. This is basically what this 23-year-old teacher saw. And I'll put this on talkmore.com. But if you want to describe this.
Oh, God, it's like the Nutty Putty Cave.
Nutty Putty Cave.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
What you're looking at here, this area, you see that's kind of has this background on it.
How is that the toilet? How?
Just listen. This is the inside of the outhouse. And this is the squatty potty.
Right.
All right.
How in the world is someone getting in there?
You see.
That's 20 centimeters.
20 centimeters, which is about 8 inches. So a shoe could fit in there, but it would have to be kind of forced down there.
A shoe? Yeah.
That's about 8 inches. Going down, and this is where she saw the shoe, right here where this guy's head is. You see? Right here. Now, she most likely saw more than a shoe. Because, you know, I mean...
Based on that positioning.
Based on the positioning, yeah.
She probably saw a head.
But this is the outline of the toilet. You definitely want to see this toilet, so go to talkmore.com.
You do want to see this toilet. Wow. Okay.
So now, that puts it in perspective. So what did I tell you? So it goes down here, right? The girls tinkle here, not doo-doo, they tinkle, because they don't do that.
Right.
And all the tinkle comes down here, and then they suck it up from outside here.
Right.
All right. But this is real small, is it not?
Yeah.
20 centimeters for the squatty potty, and then 36 centimeters, which is...
How are they
12 inches.
So did they go in from the back instead of down the toilet?
Describe what you're looking at here.
I mean, okay, so it's almost like a U-shaped pipe with one of the U's is wider than the other, 36 and 20, and the person is in the fetal position, like at the bottom of the U. And how in the world would a human being get down there? How? Because you can't just like get in feet first under there.
You don't think he John Jones'd it?
Head first?
Yeah.
But so he would have had to go in from the back in order to do that. It's like not from the toilet side, right?
This is open right here, so he could have done that.
Yeah, I guess that would have been possible.
Let me show you another picture of the actual shit-covered body. I'm just kidding.
God. Oh dear God.
All right. What are you guys on live chat thinking on this? This is a recreate. All right. I got to give credit to this channel. I think it's a news channel. It's all in Japanese. I think it's called SBC. There was a Japanese American YouTuber that translated it because I tried to watch the whole video and even Google Translate didn't really work for me. But this team of investigators investigated this case because they were wondering, how did this guy get down here? And they recreated the experiment with the exact dimensions. So that's what you're going to see now and this will give you a better perspective of exactly to scale what you're looking at here. And so this is it. Oh shit, what the fuck? Where'd it go? You asshole. Where the fuck? Hold on a second.
Did it open in a new tab?
Yeah, fucking maybe. All right, here it is. So do you see that?
Yes.
That is
the exact size.
It's 2-dimension.
Okay,
yeah.
so the hole that's in the back of the...
This is 2-dimension. Yeah, this is scaled exactly.
3-dimension. This is a 3-dimensional representation.
Yeah, but it's to scale is what I'm
to scale. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting. So the hole that's like on the outside of the outhouse, it's not as like there's not as big of a distance as I was imagining between the two. So if there's a U, if it's a U, the distance between the tops is pretty close together.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's back up. Let's back up for a second. We need to get something out the way right quick.
What do we need to get out of the way?
Let's back up just for a second here, all right? And then we'll go back to this. We started with the teacher, 23 years old. She goes in this porta potty. She looks down. She sees a shoe. She goes out to the other side and looks down the hole, and she sees the human legs. That's where we're at right now. The cops are called. A policeman gets out there. He tries to pull this man who is obviously dead. He is not responding.
Okay.
And he is in rigor mortis. And the cop talks about how he could tell. As you saw in the photo, the man's legs were cradled up. He's like in the fetal position.
Right.
The cop couldn't bring this man out because it's just an awkward angle.
So when she said she saw the legs, was she looking at it from the outside?
From the outside, yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was thinking she was looking down.
Yeah.
When she was trying to squat and saw him. And I was like, wouldn't she see his head? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I'm with you now.
The excavator gets there, who is just someone the police called. Hey, we need someone to bust up this sump. Apparently there's a dude down here in the sump. We need to bust
And they're
him
like,
up.
you mean a dude? No, a dude.
Dude. Can you imagine getting that? I would be like, you know what?
And I quit. No,
Yeah.
It was already bad.
Oh, man.
It was already a shitty job.
Yeah. Man, the fireman gets there. I mean, as a fireman, come on.
Did you ever have a fireman called on you when you were a kid for doing something?
No.
My sister did. She I think she was like 2 or 3, but she stuck her fingers down the shower drain holes and they got stuck. So you know how like when you're in the shower, there's like the drain? She like decided to stick her fingers down there and they got stuck, and my mom had to call the fire department. They had to like saw the drain away from her fingers because they couldn't get them out. She was scared of men for a while. Because they were like these big firemen that came. She's like 2 or 3, I don't know, somewhere around that age.
Jesus
And they had to like, take a little like Dremel saw and very gently cut her fingers out of it.
Yep, that's who I married.
That was my sister.
All right. The person in the toilet was already dead. Although it was midwinter, the corpse was shirtless. He held a jacket he was wearing close to his chest. His knees were bent and tilted, and his tilted face, and he tilted his face slightly to the left. Sorry, that was like translated, probably all wrong.
No.
So this man was shirtless. Did you hear that?
I did.
Not only shirtless, so he had his jeans on, and he had a jacket. So this is a better picture here. This blue thing is his jacket.
Okay.
All right. The fireman gets there, and with the police's help, with the cops' help, they both pull him out. This man is...
How in the heck did they get him out without break? They didn't have to break the pipe either?
They did.
Oh.
To get him all the way out. Yeah, but they got him halfway out by themselves. And the research I did on this case, this man had been sitting in human waste, in shit, for 4 days. And the paper said that he himself was full of it. So when you die, your mouth goes open. And since you're already in human shit and people are pissing and doo-dooing
using the restroom
for 2 days while you're dead, because they think he died on the 26th, the teacher found him on the 28th. So a full 2 days of pooing and peeing.
Using the bathroom.
I sound like a kid.
Yes. Using the bathroom.
So 2 full days of using the bathroom, and this man's head is in direct line of sight. Direct line of sight. So his body was bulged out, which is why they had so much trouble getting him out, because he was bloated. Not just from the gases escaping his body because of death, but because of all the feces and urine in his body from other people. He was just sucking it in. He was sucking it in. Isn't that nuts? The paper was very clear that he was full of shit. I want to tell you that.
Literally.
So, now, tell me what you think so far.
There were some interesting guesses on the live chat as to why he was there. One said, was it the Yakuza that like murdered him and put him there?
Yakuza.
Another said, was he hiding?
That's a good guess, the Yakuza.
Yeah.
All right, but the Yakuza doesn't just go after anyone unless he has a gambling debt.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't tell you the guy yet about who he is. So that is a good guess. But that is also very creative of the Yakuza. Because usually they just cut your head off and roll it down the street or something. Because think about it, if someone's stuffing them down there, they have to put them down there. Mm-hmm. And so they get all this feces and stuff on them too. It reminds me a lot of Septic Tank Sam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that one. I mean, it also reminds me of the Nutty Putty Cave.
Yeah. So you think...
So was he alive
all right,
when he was put down there?
Okay, those are all good guesses. I wanted you guys to, guess and that stuff before we get to the autopsy, because the autopsy is telling.
So was he? Did I miss that? Was he dead when he was put down there?
Well, I'm about to tell you.
Did he die down there?
Well, we're about to find out.
Okay.
Let's talk about the autopsy. At least twice to wash the body. Now, the medical examiner, once he got there, he immediately transported this victim to the nearby hospital, and they washed him down. At least twice, maybe 3 times, they had to do a full wash on this guy, which, could wash away evidence. But he was covered. So they washed him, cleaned him, and then they started the autopsy. The official cause of his death was, quote, freezing and thoracic circulatory failure. So the circulatory failure means he was in the fetal position for an abnormally long time, but the main cause of death was hypothermia. Like I said, it's February 24th when he got in there. He was found the 28th. Winter in Japan, especially in the mountain areas, is extremely cold. This man didn't have a shirt on. He was cradling his shirt. He didn't have a shoe on. His shoe was in front of his head, which is another mystery of how it got there. This man's other shoe was over a mile away in a creek.
What?
And this is from the guys that did the documentary, but this is where his other shoe was found. If I can pull this up 1 second.
I mean, interesting that he died of hyperthermia and he had his coat in his arms.
You can see where that man's finger is?
Yep.
You see where this man's body is?
Yep.
That's the guy. This is where the second shoe was. That is interesting to me.
Was he running from something? Lost a shoe along the way?
Okay. I want to say, if you're going to expect me to give you a solid answer, this is technically an unsolved case. I don't want to break your hearts.
I need closure.
This shit is unsolved.
Well, okay.
But his second shoe was a mile away.
Wow. Okay.
Now, the most important thing I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to have you guess again.
Okay.
The autopsy was hypothermia, basically. The decedent left from his father's house on the 24th. We know who this man is. And he told his father that he was going to run errands, and somehow he ended up in this sewage pipe. There were no injuries to his body, just minor scrapes on the elbows and knees, which was probably from going down into the tube. So there was no blunt force trauma. There was no bruising on the head. His wrists weren't slashed. His throat wasn't cut. It didn't look like he got beat up with a baseball bat and stuff down there. So far, it is looking as if this man voluntarily decided to travel into the deep void known as the women's shithole in Japan and sit there. So now, knowing that information, Nicole, and I'm going to read this one little thing. The dead man's body was naked, even though it was winter. Folded up and clenched tightly to his chest was his sportswear jacket with hood attached. So now do another guess. Why would he take his shirt off? And why? I mean, it's free. Here's a photo, a recreation image of what, if this man went down voluntarily, of what it would have been like if he did that. And I'll put all these on talkmore.com, but this is the shit. I didn't mean
Is that relevant to the story? Do you want me to?
That's what it would look like if this man went down voluntarily. Now, what you don't see here is the shoe. The shoe that the teacher saw was in front of his head up here. Mm-hmm. So how did his shoe get in front of his body if he went down this way? How did the shoe end up here? That's weird. Mm-hmm. But this is what it would look like if someone went down this thing right here. So I told you there was no injuries that they could find. Now, keep in mind, he was covered in excrement. He was covered in excrement, and they had to wash him thoroughly, at least twice. So they may have washed some vital evidence off. But with all that in mind, do you have any change of opinion?
Well, let me read you a couple of the guesses. Sable had a couple really good ones, and Brandon is in agreement. Sable had asked, was he homeless? And Brandon asked, was he homeless and maybe trying to get warm? Lauren counters, well, that wouldn't make sense because he took his shirt off. Like, why would he not have a shirt on? Any poor history of mental health? Alyssa Lamb vibes. Natasha asked, was he high? Sable asked, was he hallucinating or did he have like rabies or something?
Rabies? Oh shit! I didn't. That's a
These are really good.
That's
guesses.
a good theories. Yeah, they're all really good, but rabies, I haven't heard that one. That's really good. This is the actual photo of the pipe here. This is the one here. So I know I showed you recreations, but this is it right here from what I found. So that's it. I just want to show you the actual photo of it. All right. Now let's talk about this guy because we do know who he is.
Okay.
And this guy was actually a well-respected man, 26 years old. This is him right here. Can you describe this for the podcasters, for the podcast listeners?
Looks like a younger gentleman, maybe in his 20s. In this photo, he's like, clean cut, closely shaved, has like his hair, done. He's wearing a, collared shirt and tie. So I'm certainly not necessarily getting homeless vibes from this gentleman.
Yeah, that's a good point. He doesn't. So 26, he doesn't look homeless.
At least in this photo. I don't know, maybe his circumstances changed. I don't know.
And I want to say the homeless thing, that's a really good guess. But where we're at, if you're homeless, you don't want to be this far out. You'd be more in the city. Mm. But to get warm, I would imagine that would be a pretty good place to get warm. But to take your sweater off.
I mean, but you're going to get warm in a pipe full of excrement.
I mean, I'm not. I'll stay at the Holiday
Inn.
Inn.
Like there are other probably more likely things.
I mean, yeah, he could have went into the school.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like that. To me, that one, I don't know. I'm not totally aligned with that one.
All right, this man, we do know his identity. 26-year-old Kanno Naoyuki, 5'7", healthy. His family said he had a good shoulder length, which the Japanese shoulders are a little slimmer than us burly Americans. So for his shoulder length, let me show you the image again. They said his was a little bit wider than a normal Japanese male.
Interesting. Okay.
36 centimeters, which is...
how wide the opening was.
Let me see. Yeah, I know, but what's that into inches?
3 feet. 3 feet.
You sure?
36 inches.
14 inches. 36 centimeters.
Oh, centimeters. Sorry. Yeah.
14 inches. So,
like width? Shoulder?
Yeah, yes. That pipe is 14 inches. So, this man, his shoulders would have to be smaller than 14 inches.
Right.
But does that look like it's 14 inches?
No.
That looks like a tight ass squeeze.
Yes.
It looks very painful to go down in there.
Yes.
You know? Because the photo I showed you earlier, it had the dimensions on it, 36 for the big pipe and then the 20 centimeters for the other one. So, but he did get down there. That's the thing.
Nutty Putty Cave guy got down there.
We know he got down there. Did he get down there himself, though, or was he helped? He lived about 10 minutes away from the village. Now, what do you think? Going back to the guy, this is where he lived, right here. This is Kanno's body, location, and this is his house. So apparently he lived with his father. He told his father he was going to run errands. That was February 24th. The father had called the police when he didn't come back because that's not like his son. His son has a great job. His son is well employed. And he was just going to run errands to the grocery store. And now he ends up in a shit pipe. And not only that, his car was found near the location, a couple blocks away. Keys in the ignition running.
Was he ashamed about something?
Huh?
Like, I don't know. Like, was he... So the keys were in the car. The car's still running. He was missing a shoe. To me, it sounds like he's running away from something.
What do you mean, like running away from something?
I don't know. Like he did something he was ashamed of, or got in
so he was trying
the wrong person.
So this is suicide,
maybe, or he was hiding. I'm with Lauren on her guess.
There's another 3D image there.
I mean, I can't think of a better hiding spot if you're running away from somebody.
All right. Well, look at this photo right here. The police come out. They have to have an explanation for the community. What is it?
Suicide.
Where's the female squat down at?
There.
Where's his eyes at?
Do they think this is like a peeping Tom situation?
They said that he was a peeping Tom and he was trying to get a good bird's eye view of the feathers, and that's where he ended up. I mean, fuck. The feathers. Shit. Of the rooster. So, that is the official, not cause of death. The official cause of death is hypothermia, but the official motive is peeping Tom. But does that
Someone did suggest pooping Tom.
Oh, for a title?
Yes. Also, spoolunking was.
Those are good. I'll throw mine in the ring. Okay, I'll throw mine in the ring.
Okay, all right.
But I will use whatever y'all want. Whatever the community decides. Mine is Porta Rotty.
That's a good one. That was a good one. I like it. I do like it.
So, but I'll use if someone has a better one, and everyone
votes.
Yeah. So, any suggestions about that?
We're also getting this is very Kendrick boy in the gym mat and Phoebe's fall. This is bringing up all the vibes of these cases.
Well, I know who suggested Phoebe's fall, Wolfie or Shram. One of those people.
Both on here.
Well, so they suggested first that it was a the boyfriend or whatever. Mm-hmm. But as you remember, now I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying my research brought me
to a different conclusion.
In my personal opinion, that she was on the sleeping meds with alcohol, because it's happened multiple times. Women falling down chutes, mm-hmm. garbage chutes. Mm-hmm. So saying that, someone on live chat said drugs. Mm-hmm. So it could be a similar thing.
Yeah, could be.
Because it is wintertime and he did take his jacket off. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying, he could have been put down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure that the peeping Tom thing holds a lot of merit, but I understand that was what they determined.
Yeah. And, what about the shoe? Like the second shoe found so far away. That's weird to me. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about some theories. Theories number 1 is a pooping Tom. That's pretty good. Who suggested that one? Pooping Tom. That was a good one.
I can't. I have to scroll back.
So let's go with the police. He's a peeper. All right. I get it, right?
Martin was the first one that said pooping Tom.
Like you want to see some of them feathers, but who would put themselves in that position just to get a look at that? He's not a bad looking dude. If he's a voyeur, it just seems so extreme.
Yeah. And that's a different fetish than just a peeping Tom, because I think the fetish also includes the excrement factor.
This kind of, okay, there you go. That's a good, I didn't think of that one. So he's got a poop fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one. Another theory is, do you know what claustrophobia is?
Yeah.
Where you get scared of tight spaces.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that this was a thing until today, but there is the opposite of being scared of it. You could be a claustrophilia.
Huh.
Which is, quote, the love or arousal of enclosed tight spaces.
Okay.
So those are the people, if you are
who
one.
love tiny houses.
Tiny houses. Maybe.
That gives me so much anxiety. I can't even describe it.
I was going to say, just guys hiding in the closet. I don't fucking know. That's the first I've ever heard of it. Like, who gets hard from freaking hiding in the closet?
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody out there.
All right. All right. Okay, this guy's 26. I was hoping you would ask me, what did this guy do for a living?
He looked like he was maybe in finance from that photo. Like, he had a desk job in that photo. Tie, collared shirt.
Desk job, yes. But this guy worked in an up and coming industry. And also what do you call it? Like a controversial industry at this time. This is 1989.
Controversial.
He worked at the nuclear power plant. And he was actually I don't know what he did. I could not find the translation to what he did, but he worked in the safety office. So,
okay.
Hey, there's a crack in the reactor. We got to shut this down. That's where he worked, type of thing. So one of the big theories here is he was maybe not stuffed down there, but maybe.
But knew that something was wrong with it.
But was being chased. So let's say someone's chasing him through the woods. He loses his shoe. He has people chasing him to kill him, and he has nowhere else to go. That's where he hides.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I could see that.
There's two reasons I'm bringing this up. 10 days before his death, there was a local election, and the mayor who was previously the mayor was rerunning and trying to get support from all the locals. And this is a small village. This is the mayor right here. And Kanno, the man in the tube, had told one of his friends, his co-workers at the nuclear plant, that he is no longer supporting the mayor. This is 10 days before, because he found out the mayor was actually buying votes.
Oh.
Which is illegal. I'm not saying that was why he died, but it is suspicious. Okay, so that is one reason.
Yeah.
Kanno was also against nuclear power, even though he worked in the nuclear power plant. He thought it was very dangerous, and he would constantly bring up faults, things going wrong. There's a potential leak in the reactor. He is in the safety office. What he says could shut down this entire industry. Do you remember that movie we watched, 3 Mile Island?
Yep.
Okay. What did you notice about that movie? And I noticed this. If there was something that could go wrong, you better not say anything. Even though shit could go wrong and kill everyone, for some reason you don't want to say anything. Because it's like you have these people. You remember that guy? He was running and people would break into his home and vandalize it. And he was scared out of his mind. He worked at the plant and he exposed some faulty machinery.
That it was known that there were issues with
exactly.
safety. Yeah.
And were they not trying to kill him? And that was here in America.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. You're right.
Let's go back to when they found him. All right. Now, this is on the same theory that it was a political assassination. The man that got there second was the excavator. He has this huge truck, and this is him right here. This man in his big truck. He gets there second. But looking up this man and what he does, he turns out his background, he is a huge supporter of the mayor and his vision of bringing nuclear power. And it is just so crazy that he showed up so quickly, from what this documentary was saying, in front of the EMT firefighter, who gets the call, right? So, if it was a nuclear power assassination, does that hold merit for you or not?
Yeah, it does.
Like how much? Like the way
more than the peeping Tom.
More than the peeping Tom.
Yeah.
But what about there's no injuries on him? So if someone was going to stuff him down there, they're going to have to shove him.
Enough time had passed. It doesn't even need to be that he was shoved down there. He could have been hiding from someone and try to get down there to avoid.
And then he just couldn't get back up.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't he call out the next day? I mean, when there were women up there, they were pissing on his face. You understand that? Like his face was right in the hole.
Maybe, I mean, if he didn't have a shirt on,
they piss, it goes in their face.
I understand that, but
why didn't he say, "Hey, I'm down. Someone's down here"?
So if it was, depending on what it happened, like it's not like women are getting up in the middle of the night all the time to go to the restroom. So
for 2 days?
No. But if it was in February in the middle of the night, hypothermia can set in very quickly. So he could have died.
The autopsy, the medical examiner, he came out and said that most likely he died on the 26th. He went missing on the 24th, the evening of the 24th. Okay. So the day of the 25th, let's say he was running from someone the 24th that evening. The 25th, that whole day, he is still alive.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, maybe he could have been dead. I mean, honestly, do you really think the medical examiner put too much freaking effort in it? This dude is covered inside and out with human shit.
And how accurate, if they washed him, multiple times, and you know what I mean. Like, it could does that have any flex?
A few weeks before Kanno's murder, one of his coworkers noticed a strange anomaly in one of the nuclear reactors. Now, it just so happens that right after this man was found, Kanno was found, only a few weeks later, there was a leak in the reactor, and it was very deadly, and this was a big thing. Okay, but a few weeks before, this man ended up in the sewage pipe. One of his coworkers noticed a strange anomaly, this cracking, something to do with vibrations in the nuclear reactor. It was vibrating too much, the isotopes or whatever, and it could potentially be catastrophic. So this coworker, being in the safety office, did what he's supposed to do. He reported it. 3 days later, this man jumped in front of a train. 2 days after that, the nuclear leak came to fruition. The thinking is maybe this Kanno and the coworker, they found something that was so fundamentally wrong with this power plant that it would have shut it down. Look what happened in 2011. It melted down.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
So did this guy jumped in front of a train?
Are the theories...
This is a nuclear physicist. Kanno is a nuclear physicist.
Are the theories about this being a nuclear cover-up new since the meltdown?
No,
or were they theories for since the crime happened or the incident occurred?
All right, so this is the reason why this story got so much push, is because the father knew his son. He knew his son wasn't a peeping Tom. Because, like you said, you'd have to be, number one, a peeping Tom, and you would have to voluntarily get into feces to do that. His son wasn't like that. The whole village knew his son. He was... There's a rare video footage of him on stage playing guitar and singing. It's beautiful. He was a poet. He was a musician. Very talented. Very respected. He was respected, loved. He is not the type of guy. He works at a nuclear power plant, yet he has his own thoughts about safety and how this may not be the way to the future. You know, he is an all-around good guy. And now the father has lost his son, a peeping Tom who is found in a shit pipe.
Yeah.
That is, what do you think that does to his whole world? Like the father.
You want answers.
And not only that, but people are looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with your son? Now, the whole village that the father lived in, the entire village, which was about 3,000 people, somewhat like that, the whole village signed a petition. They got well over the number of people in the villages to reopen the case. And the reason the case is so known today is the father. The father would not let this go. But to be honest, you're facing these powerful forces, this money, nuclear power. If you watch that 3 Mile Island like we did, you'll see. You don't say, no, we got to shut the plant down. Like, that is not a thing. Yeah. They would rather melt the plant down, like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Because Chernobyl was the same thing. Remember? All those people was like, we got to tell the whole city of Chernobyl. We got to get these people out of there. No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. The freaking reactor is literally melting down and burning their ankles before they're like, okay, maybe we're not fine. Maybe we're all fucked. You know, they just do not want to admit it because it would shut the whole thing down. And it
impacts the whole future nuclear programs. Like,
exactly.
It's a big deal.
Exactly.
Period.
And
totally.
nuclear power, I'm not a nuclear guy, but nuclear, I know from the science I read, is super efficient and it's super clean, except when it fucking melts down. You know what I'm saying? Like the power it generates is really efficient. It doesn't pull a lot of resources from the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like fossil fuels or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And it can make a lot of power. I mean, look at the nuclear bombs. That's a lot of power in something this big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when it does go wrong, it is catastrophic. And that's the problem with it. Anyway,
and it was in that particular plant, you know?
There is one other theory. The teacher.
Who found him?
So go back to that night. It's freezing cold. She's going to take a tinkle. It is dark outside. There's no lights out there. This is an outhouse. She looks down a dark pipe and sees a shoe.
On the outside.
No. She's going to piss. She's going to use the bathroom. She squats down and she looks down there. She looks down a hole. It's like pitch black outside and she sees a shoe. It's a little out there, right? The shoe that was in front of this guy's head.
Of the head. Oh, okay.
Which was like, how did the shoe get there, number one? Like, did he would have to throw the shoe down. Not even to even go back further. The jacket was folded up nicely. There's no room to fold up a jacket. He didn't crawl down there with his jacket clenched to his arms. He would have to throw the jacket down there. It would get unfolded. And you saw how tight the space is. Then the guy has to somehow fold his jacket up and put it on his arms. That's just kind of literally impossible to do.
Yeah, but what would the teacher have anything to do with that? I'm confused.
It's kind of crazy. She just looked down there and saw a shoe. Who looks down there?
I don't know.
Oh, let me see what's down there.
I don't know. Maybe she was afraid that.
It's dark.
Okay, it's an open pipe, so could it be common for like critters to get down there? If a human body can fit down there, I would be concerned that a critter could go down there and bite my butt.
She sees the shoe, so she goes around to the opening of the septic system. And lifts the lid and tries to, was she going to fix it or pull something out? Like, what is she's a teacher, a 23-year-old female.
Curious. Why would there be a shoe down there?
At night. She's going to go down there in the freezing weather and look down there and try to assess the situation. It's kind of weird, right? Now, it's also weird that the man that was found in the pipe, what's this guy's name again? Let me see. 26-year-old Kanno Naoyuki. It's also kind of weird that Kanno Naoyuki actually knew the teacher. This specific teacher. He knew when she works. He knew her schedule.
Were they dating?
They weren't dating, but they were friends. The teacher, her fiance, because she's about to get married to a guy named Watanabe, who is also the son of the mayor's election campaign manager.
Campaign to re-elect the president. Watergate.
They knew Kanno well. Kanno knew the teacher, and not only that, this teacher had been getting harassing phone calls leading up to Kanno's death.
From Kanno?
And Kanno, from what the popular belief is, recorded one of the calls and somehow traced it back to the original caller. And just before he was found dead, he figured out who was making these harassing calls to this teacher that found his body. And then all of a sudden, here he is.
So the fiance, I don't know if the teacher would have done it, but did the fiance do it?
I mean, you tell me. I don't know. No one knows. I mean, this is unsolved. It's unsolved. The weird thing about this is, number one, if the guy went down there himself, which is possible, we know John Jones and stuff like that. I mean, we know that, all right, let's say he's a peeping Tom. And that's him right there. How would his shoe get in front of his face? And why would he take his sweater off? And why was one of the shoes found a mile away in the mud? And yeah, I don't know. That's all the information you got. So what you think? That's all we got. What are people thinking?
Well, Sable asked if they were having a love affair. Shrim says friends with benefits. Sorry, needed to.
Well, so we know that Kanno was investigating these harassing phone calls to this teacher. Now, I couldn't find the nature of the calls or what they said or whatever. All I could find was she was about to be married to the son of the election campaign manager for the mayor. The mayor is pro-nuclear, very pro-nuclear. Not only that, but he is going to build more plants, get more people employed. He was also found that he was buying votes. And Kanno worked in the plant, but he had his reservations about whether it is the right move forward, nuclear was, because he worked in the safety office, and he's starting to see these things. These things aren't adding up, not adding up in a nefarious way, but they're not adding up like there's these weird vibrations that could crack the reactors, and maybe this is just too much because it can melt down and kill the whole village, which has happened a lot. I mean, how many meltdowns have there been? A lot.
More, yeah.
So I don't know. That's all I can get from Japanese translations. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Well, so what do you think it was?
I mean, it doesn't matter what I think. I'm just here to tell you the story.
Yeah, I know, but still, what's your opinion? I could definitely see the nuclear plant having something to do with it.
The fact that his shoe was a mile away. The fact that his shoe was a mile away in the mud, it seemed kind of like he was running from something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you would have to be, man, I would rather fight knowing I was going to die than to jump in a sewage pit. Maybe that's just me, but.
I mean, if he was hiding, though, I don't know. I know. That's a tough one.
I mean, but there's no physical injuries to his body.
Which is what makes me think it was voluntary.
Yeah. And the shirt, so the sweater was folded neatly. So if someone was to stuff him down there, like how would they get the sweater clenched in his arms? Like that would literally be impossible. I see how the shoe, they could go around the other side, but why would they put the shoe down there? Why was the shoe in front of his head? Like that doesn't make sense.
He went down head first, right?
Yeah, he had to. He couldn't go down the toilet side.
Well, maybe he tried to go down feet first and couldn't.
And his shoe fell off?
And then his shoe fell off because the other one fell off way back.
Kendrick Johnson stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Crazy.
I don't know. Crazy.
Or maybe he was just a shit-loving voyeur. Fuck, I mean.
I don't think so.
Pooping Tom.
Peeing Tom.
So, do we have a, I don't know, I hope you like that. That was
crazy.
That was just a short one. Just a little pick me up. Poop me up. We're going to do nothing but poop-related episodes from now on. Every episode.
This took a turn.
Literally, how about this? Everyone on now. Every episode that Nicole and I do for the next 3 weeks, I will promise you, will have something to do with poop.
You mean the ones that we do during the week without Jen? So that I'm glad we don't have to put her through this. Jealous of her.
I don't know. Yeah, Phoebe's Fall is the same way. Kendrick Johnson is another one if you like this story.
The freezer one,
Kanika Jenkins. How do these people get there? You never know. The The Phoebe's Fall one's really interesting. I did a lot of research on that. That was really hard to do because the book I read was extremely biased towards it was a murder.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I tried to be non-biased, but I also wanted to prove some people wrong. I'm such a dick.
You're entitled to your own opinion.
Poop.
You know?
I'm done, bro. I don't know. I hope you guys like that. It's kind of just some shit. I don't know. Well, I guess I got the best title, man. I didn't see anything better.
There were some funny ones. Those were good.
All right.
I liked the Spelunking.
Should I even put this out? This is one to put out.
Why not?
Oh, fuck it. When you see this hit your feed tomorrow, you'll know that we're just trying to make an extra buck.
That was fun, though.
Anyway.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Yeah,
good turnout tonight.
Yeah. How many people were here?
I think we're right now 11 still here.
Nice. Sweet.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being here. We're going to go play House Flipper. What was it? House Simulator.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
All right. We'll be on the Discord. So thanks for joining, everyone. And I don't know. I'll see you next time.
See ya.
So good night, you lovely, lovely poopers.